Indeed, it's a great nation we have, Nigeria, and we're talking about 1 year of President Muhammadu Buhari taking over the mantle of leadership and coming on the wings of change. He promised to tackle the cankerworm of corruption. He promised to surmount the insecurity situation and, of course, to create jobs. How far has it gone in all of these promises? We have in the studio two gentlemen and a lady to talk about this. Let me start with the lady. She is a member of the National Transformation, Juliet.
Institute of National Transformation.
Institute of National Transformation, I beg your pardon. Juliet Binitie, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
And of course, we have Mr. Ayo Okpadokun, who is a lawyer and the Coalition of Democrats for Electoral Reform. Thank you for being here also.
It's a pleasure.
And Mr. Biodun Showumi, a social commentator. Thank you also.
I'm pleased to be here.
Okay, let me start from the lady. We are talking about 1 year of President Muhammadu Buhari as the president of Nigeria, who is the pilot now. How far do you think he has taken us?
Well, I believe that President Buhari has a team, so we will not put this. Let's take him and his team. How far have they taken us? I think in the last 1 year, they were still trying to find their feet. And somehow it's not quite encouraging. Because I'm speaking now from the general public and the society. There was a high level of expectation, and I think a lot of opportunity was missed to make certain marks and certain turns at the beginning. So far, they are still finding their footing with the issues of our fiscal policy and the issue of finances here and there, but that's not really what makes a nation great. We are missing the mark by certain things that have not been in place, because in the last 1 year, is one thing I expected from the APC-led leadership was that when they came in, they already knew that the reason why they wanted to make changes is because something was already not right in the sight of many. And they came in on the premises of what was wrong, not on the premises that the nation was okay. And therefore, at the beginning, certain parameters were necessary, but we did not see that happening. And the whole 1 year has passed, which is a lot. One of the things we must understand in democracy, a whole 1 year is a lot. We did not elect a king. This is not crowning a king. The Oba Bini ceremony is about to happen. Those are kingship. This is politics. And therefore, every second, every minute is critical. And I think a lot of time has been lost with the issues of going after some people, which is okay on one hand, but there was a nation to be built. Because there are many nations that have started from scratch that we know of recent time. We're not talking about the Americans. If we look into the Asian nations, there are nations that have gone through worse than we are going through right now. But they picked up the ball and made a move. So I think the slow pace is too much, and we need to deal with certain factors quickly.
Okay, we'll come back to you to talk more about the issue of the lot of opportunities you said were missed. But Mr. Okpadokun, what's your take on this?
While I admit that it's a mixed bag of near fair performance, not measured up to another aspect from General Buhari's administration. I'm conscious of the fact or the baseline from where it was taken off. And no one should pretend that it came to take over from a baseline from where you can immediately start building something upon. That was not the situation you had in Nigeria. People like us, for all intents and purposes, and we're humble at this so-called democracy in court was not secured on the platter of gold. It didn't just come accidentally. Some of us lost our sweat, we lost our blood, we lost our liberty, we lost our freedom, we lost our possession. In fact, some of us lost our lives for restoration of democracy to Nigeria. What we got since 1999 has been extremely, extremely negative, opposite to our expectation. We thought that having fought the way we fought, laying down our lives, we thought that if we put in civilians in government, rightly headed, they will do everything within their power, given God, given human and material resources to Nigeria to make life better for the ordinary man. That's not what we have gotten. It's been so bad before this man came last year. I would never have imagined that you have characters who are so mindful of God's grace on them that they emerge out of this a place they call 170 million people. Then you emerge to lead. And all that you have been busy doing is about power, is about money, not about service to the ordinary man. So it's shameful. So when I look at the gamut of Buhari's 1 year in office from that perspective, I cannot make that he's done enough to remedy the situation. I do not think 1 year is enough to make such fantastic assessment of either he has performed well or he has not done well. One thing I know, and that is the only thing that's for me, to which I'm willing to give him some allowance for, his commitment to fight corruption. Don't let anybody underestimate that. You cannot build any country, given the gargantuan nature of the corruption and the perversion that are taking place over our land. How will we explain it that the military juggernauts who have administered Nigeria in succession, the last one being General Abacha, the way he was putting quite a number of our people into jail under banking and other financial institutions decree, Buffett, that he was busy peeling us off totally. And see what we now got. Buhari came into office, there's nowhere in the world where the opposition will know what is happening in the government. When they get into the office, they now, what we thought, the information they will be gathering.
But she mentioned one thing, that they came and said, we want change.
Yes.
They want to change. That means they had an idea of what they wanted, or something, or things that were wrong, and they wanted to right.
That is the way it is in any given circumstances of political campaign. You see what's happening.
So in other words, the next 2019, we should expect that whatever people are saying, we should not believe. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Have you ever look?
There are a lot of things that could have been done that are not immediate, but we should be able to.
I thought I said so. That while not admitting, I'm not admitting that he has done to the level that is expected of him, because I find very objectionable some measure of tardiness in the appointment that he has made. And I found some measure of tardiness in the slow pace of taking action about certain things. I cannot explain sufficiently why, after 1 year of the campaign against corruption, no one has been convicted. No one has been convicted. No one is in jail. Serious-minded one. Even though the EFCC said to us 2 days ago they've made 140 conviction, but those were the live rats. I'm looking
big boys,
for the big ones really to have been put. But then when I asked this question, a serious, highly placed person in government told me that we are the ones now who are insisting on the rule of law. And I was happy, browsing through the internet about 4:30 this morning, to find out that they have now established a presidential
committee for the prosecution of high-profile.
Exactly. 20 of them, 12 from within the government circle, 8 from external. I thought they are taking some of our matter in the right direction.
Let's bring Mr. Show.